deceptive.
Really?
Paddy gets fat, but he doesn't get out of shape. Paddy's got incredible endurance and an insane work ethic, but he also really loves to live and live life. You know, so he'll have a few beers, eat some pizza, get fat, but
ILIA Topuria, he doesn't want no more.
Do you want me to fight Posh Boy next? If you want me to fight Chorizo next? Do you want me to fight Charles next? Anyone can get it.
ILIA is one of the biggest fights you can make it happen. Let's go.
I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the life.
Following his dominant performance at UFC 299, Paddy Pimblett is showing no signs of slowing down. The British lightweight remains completely focused on climbing toward the top of the division and eventually becoming UFC champion. Pimblett believes he has the talent, confidence, and determination to become the undisputed king of the lightweight division. Rather than waiting for opportunities, he wants to face the biggest names available and prove himself against the toughest competition. His message to the division is simple. He is ready for anyone standing between him and UFC gold.
Have anybody in mind? Do you have some things, hey, this is what I would prefer from you?
No, not really. I want to be a world champion. I want to be undisputed champion of the world. I want to be the first ever world champion from Liverpool. And I'm going to do that. I know that's in my destiny. I know it's in my fate. Whether it's the next fight or the next 10 fights, I'm going to be a world champion. It's that simple. If you want me to fight Justin next, if you want me to fight Posh Boy next, if you want me to fight Chorizo next, do you want me to fight Charles next? Anyone can get.
When Paddy Pimblett talks about the lightweight division, he certainly doesn't hold back. He has already mentioned Max Holloway, one of the most respected fighters in UFC history, while also setting his sights on several dangerous contenders. Pimblett has specifically called out names such as ILIA Topuria, Arman Tsarukyan, and Justin Gaethje. These are not random call-outs. Paddy clearly wants to test himself against the biggest and most dangerous fighters in the division. If he wants to become champion, he knows he must eventually prove that he can defeat elite competition.
Music back on, I'll go back out. I'll fight Max. I probably weigh heavier than Max right now.
I'm game, know what I mean? Give me anyone at lightweight now.
However, there is one fight that remains at the very top of Pimblett's list. His rivalry with ILIA Topuria continues to attract enormous attention, and Pimblett insists that their personal issues are still unresolved. Even with several other dangerous contenders available, Paddy continues to view Topuria as his biggest target. He wants to settle their rivalry inside the octagon rather than through interviews and social media exchanges. A fight between these two would combine championship-level competition with genuine personal tension, making it one of the most anticipated matchups the UFC could potentially create.
He is, and I know he deserves a beating, and he got the beating he deserved off Justin, but he deserves another one off me. But at the minute, I feel sorry for him, know what I mean?
Everyone believes Pimblett would have success against Topuria. However, Justin Gaethje has made his position clear, suggesting that ILIA Topuria would dominate Pimblett if the two fighters eventually met. Gaethje points to Topuria's elite striking, powerful combinations, well-rounded skill set, and championship-level ability as major advantages. In his opinion, Topuria has too many weapons for Pimblett to handle comfortably. Gaethje believes Ilia's ability to compete everywhere inside the octagon would make the matchup extremely difficult for the British lightweight.
Which fight would you say is more challenging?
Oh, well, I mean, ILIA is one of the best in the world. He is one of the most dangerous fighters that there is, and he's a lot more dangerous than Paddy Pimblett. However, Paddy Pimblett is goofy. He's got a funky style, and not goofy in a bad way.
Yeah.
Not at all. You know, being goofy is such an asset. In there, he's really hard to hit. He's really long. You know, he moves in weird angles and at different times, and so that throws you off when that's why he has success, and that's why guys like Sean Strickland have success, and guys like Dricus Du Plessis have success, because their timing is just different and funky, and for having a funky style is hard to figure out the first time you're fighting somebody, and so, yeah, I mean, it's just that. I think ILIA is way more dangerous. I think fighting's crazy. I think, you know, in my mind, I think 97 out of 100 times,
Finn Blatt, meanwhile, is refusing to buy into the hype surrounding Topuria. Instead of being impressed by ILIA's reputation, he believes the former champion has been overhyped and that his abilities are not as unbeatable as many fans believe. Blatt has confidently predicted that he could finish Topuria either by knockout on the feet or by submission on the ground. His confidence is extremely high, and he has made it clear that he wants the opportunity to prove his words inside the octagon. For him, talking about the matchup is easy. The real test would come when the cage door closes.
Inside the cage with ILIA Topuria, how would you get the job done against ILIA?
Absolutely smash his face in for him. I can see me beating him anywhere the fight goes, to be honest. People think he's People have put him on a pedestal now. They think he's this big, amazing thing when I'll bring him crashing back down to earth.
Meanwhile, ILIA Topuria remains completely confident whenever the subject of a potential fight with Paddy Pimblett comes up. Topuria has shown almost no hesitation and has described Pimblett as one of the easiest matchups he could face in the lightweight division. ILIA believes his skills would allow him to control the fight from the opening bell and dictate where the action takes place. He has even suggested that he would have multiple ways to defeat Pimblett, further fueling the tension between the two fighters. Their confidence has transformed this rivalry into one of the most talked about potential fights in the UFC.
But Paddy,
with Paddy, all the fans around the world, I think that they want to see that fight. And at the same time, I have to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the lightweight division. I don't know, I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's like, it's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm going to be able to shine once again.
How would you win? When would you win? Give us some of that ILIA prediction magic.
Against Paddy?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to think about it. I promise you, I could like choose the way I want to finish.
First round?
Be like, that's for sure. He's not going to stay there for more than one round with me. But I don't know, maybe it's going to be cool to submit him in the ground with a triangle choke from the mount, something like that. Like, as I told him, put my in.
Pimblett, however, is doubling down on his criticism of Topuria. He has suggested that ILIA will never be exactly the same fighter following his recent defeat. Paddy believes the punishment Topuria absorbed in that fight could have a lasting impact on his confidence and future performances. Pimblett has repeatedly questioned whether Topuria can rebuild the aura of dominance he once had. These comments have only increased the hostility between the two fighters, with both men appearing convinced that they would be the one to expose the other when they finally meet.
PG gets you into that dogfight, drags you into it, know what I mean? And ILIA's never had that. ILIA's never had to come back from adversity. ILIA's only ever been the hammer. He's never been the nail. Know what I mean? That's why after that fight with Justin that I had, I knew I could come back stronger and better because I've done it before. I don't think ILIA Topuria ever comes back.
Benoit Saint-Denis versus Paddy the Baddy lad. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett lad. Yous know who the boy is, lad. Yous know who the fucking boy is, lad. I'm the star of the show, lad. Paddy Pimblett steals the show with a generational performance against Benoit Saint-Denis. Amazing win. Genuinely amazing win. I don't know what the odds ended at, but when I was picking Paddy Pimblett, he's still an underdog. I think he was even more of an underdog when I was picking him as well. The odds closed up a little bit. But people were counting out Paddy here big time. And I said, what did I say, lad? Paddy said the same thing, actually, this fight week. I didn't make my prediction based on what he was saying. But that's the route to victory for him. If he stings Benoit on the feet and Benoit thinks I'll grapple, he leaves his head in position for a real elite fighter to catch.